Hi, everybody. This is Joel Simmons for another EarthWorks Turf Talk. This week I had the great pleasure of interviewing Laura Decker from the MicroBiometer company, and she's the one that helped develop a handheld tool that allows us to measure soil biology in our properties. And it's a fascinating conversation, one I strongly encourage you to look at and listen to if you can. We talked about soil diversity and about the importance of putting down various forms of carbon and diverse forms of carbon to feed a wide spectrum of soil biology in this clip. If you're interested, this is a great tool, and our team of agronomists have been using this tool for a number of years now and are able to identify where biology is really strong and where it's weak. We've actually been able to put down EarthWorks products and test the bloom of biology in that soil. And if you're interested in a microbiometer, go to their website at microbiometer.com. And if you would like, you can purchase one and get a 20% discount by using the code EarthWorks20. But take a listen to the clip with Laura Decker, and please go and find the podcast and take a listen to that entire podcast. I think you'll find it fascinating. You had said something earlier that I was interested in that, bacteria will put out one or two things. I mean, one of the things that we talk about is the diversity of the microbiome in the soil. And our approach to that is we're feeding multiple forms of carbon, not just a linear form. We won't just feed a molasses or just a fish meal. We'll feed all of those things. And my understanding, and again, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong here, is that having that level of diversity of foodstuffs is going to produce a diversity of this microbiome. Is that fair?
Yeah, that is absolutely fair. And the other thing to think about is, and then again, this goes maybe beyond what we want to talk about is quorum sensing. So quorum sensing is one of these things that microbes do. And it just means microbes, for the most part, are a self-sustaining population, right? But there are even sort of good microbes can be virulent at times. A good example is the strep bacteria on humans. We have strep on us right now, right? But we're not sick. But if something happens and the strep bacteria are allowed to reproduce to a certain size community, then what they do, it's kind of cool, is they, call up all their friends and say, now's our chance.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. And they get infectious, right? They break through. So you don't get strep through because one strep bacteria landed on you, right? You get it because the ones that you have were somehow allowed or able to get big enough to become bad actors. So if you're only feeding one thing to your microbes, you might be feeding the best thing that a certain microbe wants that could become virulent. So, and when we talk about diversity, well, you can't have diversity of crop. You can have diversity of microbes. And of course, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of science to think you want to feed it different things. And you also, we don't quite know all the life cycles of a microbe and what they might need at different times. But yeah, I mean, you do want to feed them different things, and not just molasses, because that's candy,
That's short chain, yeah. That might be one of the best descriptions of that I've ever heard. I'm very grateful. I'm going to steal that from you as well. But yeah, I mean,
I stole it from my mother, Judy.
There you go. And I've stole everything from Jerry Brunetti. But it's always been our belief and our practice as a company to create as much diversity in the food stuff. We can't control the biology, but we can control what we feed the soils where the biology lives. So the more diversity in that carbon food that we provide, I think we're seeing more diversity